Well, your first single is Settle Down. When was this song written?
Settle Down I wrote when I was about 16, actually. I borrowed an 8-track recorder from my music room at high school, and it was sort of a joke at the time. I was sort of just mucking around with voices and emulating sort of horn parts in my head and putting them down, and then the song evolved as I worked with producers in Australia and became what it is now. And yeah, I guess it's a really good kind of introduction into the sonic world of Vows, which involves a lot of vocal syncopation and sort of layers and harmonies, and yeah, some kind of fun sort of lyrical perspectives.
Well, yeah, this is a wish from you? Settle down with a man and have children within, well, 10, 20 years, I don't know.
The song lyrically is sort of written about the idea of having expectations on you as a kid of what a perfect ideal life is or should be. And it's kind of about coming to terms with that, and just an observation and provoking thought on just, you know, the ideals that we should have for our future. I think that sometimes young girls can grow up with a sense from their parents that there's an idea of the perfect married life, and you know, you settle down at a certain age, you have children at a certain age, and I think it's okay to want all of those things, but perhaps it's about not wanting to rush that, or not wanting to have too much expectation of that stuff, and to live in the moment. The song means something different to me every day, though. That's just today.
Okay. Well, your dad gave you your first guitar. What does he think of your career now?
Yeah, me and my father are very close, and my parents are very supportive and very excited for me and for the journey that I'm taking at the moment.
Okay. Well, you are featured on the big hit Somebody That I Used to Know from Gotye. What was your thought on that song when you heard it for the first time?
I was a fan of Gotye for a few years before he approached me about the song. So of course, when I first heard it, I loved it and I thought it was really great. But I was also aware that he wanted a certain emotion out of that song, and you know, I had hoped that I would be able to bring that sort of tension to the track, and I'm so happy that he felt I could do that. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I first heard the song, as much as I liked it, I could never have predicted the success that it would have all over the world. That's for sure.
It's strange now, because now you're number one on the stage. What does it do for you for this album? Does it bring you any pressure, or is it for you just fine to have such a big success with this single? Yeah,
it's exciting. Yeah. I think it's an incredible introduction for me to now bring my record to the States, and so that people are kind of aware of I guess, my name. And it'll be just fun to kind of now finally share all the work that I've been doing behind the scenes while I've been doing, you know, touring and promotion with Gotye, and to bring the fans some new music.
Will you be working with him maybe in the future again? Or?
I mean, we'd both love to. We're very good friends, so who knows, maybe.
Maybe a new hit. Well, I've heard 9 tracks from your album. How many tracks will there be on it?
I believe there's 12 songs, 12, and then a bonus track, Warrior, will also...
Okay. Lyric-wise, what do you write about?
I write about a lot of things. I think human observation inspires me a lot, you know, watching people and the way that they interact. Obviously the album is called Vows, and so it makes references to promises that people make to each other, and also the promises that people break, you know. We've all been there, and I think I like to write about honest kind of experiences that I've had, but also observing experiences that other people go through. I'm inspired by a lot of film as well, and you know, growing up in New Zealand, I feel a strong connection to nature, so being around certain scenery will really inspire me to write lyrics as well.
Is there a certain place that you go to in New Zealand when you want to have some?
I haven't been back to New Zealand for a long time. I live in Australia now, of course, so it's harder for me to kind of connect with that side. But you know, there are a few spots in Australia that I try to get away from the city if I need to do some writing, and whether that's being, you know, by a lake or by an ocean, sometimes that triggers ideas for me.